the woke young people who've been taught that America is endemically, foundationally, to use a term that Beto O'Rourke came up with, foundationally racist. And in that connection, the governor of Louisville, Kentucky, has declared racism a public health crisis. Mayor Greg Fisher, who by the way is white, signed an executive order declaring racism a public health crisis. He says that 2020 has been a year like no other. Quote, for too many Louisvillians, racism is a fact of daily life. A fact that was created and documented in our country's laws and institutional policies like segregation, redlining, and urban renewal. End of quote. So the executive order outlines 7 key areas for government to address racial equity, including public safety, children and families, black employment, black wealth, housing and neighborhood investment, health, and voting. Racism is a public health crisis. This is really fascinating, isn't it? Racism has never been less significant, or stated another way, racism in America has never been more insignificant as an impediment to success. I told you about this Gallup poll, came out several months ago, asking Americans, would you not vote for somebody who was blah, blah, blah? Would you not vote for somebody who is black? 5% of Americans said they would not vote for a president who's black, no matter how well qualified. Would you not vote for somebody who's a woman? 7% of Americans said they would not vote for somebody who's a woman. Would you not vote for somebody who is a Mormon? 11% said no. Would you not vote for somebody who's 72 years old, which would have been the age of John McCain had he won the election in 2005? The numbers of people that said they would not vote for somebody that old, double digits. So, Hillary, Mitt Romney, John McCain had a bigger handicap than did Barack Obama in running for president. This business about the police engaging in systemic racism. Let's go over the numbers again. 50 million interactions with the police and civilians every single year. 11 million people are arrested. Out of that, 60,000 officers assaulted. 1,000 people killed by the police. Almost all of them resisting with a weapon or resisting violently. Of that 1,500 of them are white, 250 are black. Of that 1,000, less than 4% were unarmed black people being killed by a white cop. More unarmed whites are killed every year than are unarmed blacks. I defy you to name one. And according to the CDC, the rate at which the police have killed blacks over the last 50 years has declined by 75%. The rate at which the police have killed whites, flatlined. It is true that the police are 2.5 times more likely to kill a black person than a white person. It is also true that a young black man is anywhere from 8 to 10 times more likely to be a victim of a homicide than a young white male, which suggests that the numbers, the rate at which the police kill blacks more than whites should be even higher. And that confirms what several researchers have found, and that is the police are more hesitant, more reluctant to pull the trigger on a black suspect than on a white suspect. Likely because of fear of being accused of racism, fear of being named public enemy number one. It's called the Ferguson effect. Cops are pulling back. And when cops pull back, bad guys fill in the void. And also, this business of routinely referring to cops as racist is causing young black men who, when they're pulled over, to be wary. Why shouldn't they be? You've been telling them over and over and over again that they're going to be persecuted by these racist white cops. So why should a young black man be cooperative if in fact he feels the cop is going to do something violent to him, which is what he's been taught by these so-called leaders? This is outrageous. Institutional racism in 2015, 2016? Baltimore, Freddie Gray dies in the van. The mayor is black. The head of the police department is black. The number 2 guy is black. All the city council, Democrat majority, black. The state attorney who brought the charges against 6 officers, black. 3 of the 6 officers involved in the Death of Freddie Gray, black. The judge before whom 2 of the officers tried the case and found them both not guilty, black. At the time, the U.S. Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, black. Oh, and the President of the United States, black. And we're talking about systemic institutional racism when blacks are running the system and running the institution? This is nuts. And I've talked about how analytical these jocks are after they've won a game or lost a game. People like LeBron James sitting at the table, going over the game, using facts and data, analysis. But when it comes to sticking a mic in front of LeBron James's face and saying, what do you think about what happened to George Floyd? Where are your facts? Where's your data? Where are your stats? Where's the same analytical mind that you use for your game on this issue? You're not helping things. You're making things worse. We come back, we're going to talk about this Carrie Jamil show that attacks white women for voting for Donald Trump. I'm Larry Elder.